Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to pick, buy, and set up your cybersecurity budget-friendly laptop. This video can also help you make a very good privacy-based laptop as well. So whatever laptop we buy, we're going to forget Windows completely. We're going to end up installing Linux. So you really want to make sure you have a processor that can handle it really well, that's compatible. So making sure that you're looking for something with an i5 or anything, or i3 or anything Intel or Ryzen is what you're going to be looking for. That runs on a x86 architecture, and that's what you're going to need. The other processors that you see that don't have that kind of label are probably running an ARM architecture, and that's not going to work well for you. Now, when it comes to other components, it's pretty much whatever you want. I recommend getting anything above 4 gigabytes of RAM. 8 is okay, 16 is better, but nothing lower than that. And if you want to do heavy intensive cybersecurity stuff, I recommend you getting something with a good graphics card. But in this video, we're getting a $300 laptop here. I saw it on sale at one time for like $250 or something like that. So I ended up picking up an Asus Vivobook 15. This one, again, it was $300. Had the i5 that I wanted. It had 8 gigabytes of RAM and had a lot of good reviews. So I figured I'd just pick this one up for a good budget-friendly cybersecurity privacy laptop. So I'm gonna get into the unboxing here and talk a little bit as well. So if money wasn't an option, I probably would end up picking up a Prism laptop. Those things are like custom made, and they have like toggle switches for hardware. So if I want to turn off the network interface card, if I wanted to turn off the any other components, I can physically completely turn off whatever component with the switches that come with the laptop. But for this, I'm just going to rip out components, which you're going to see soon, so you kind of get the same feel, but definitely not as nice as having an actual toggle switch. But you see here, I mean, it's pretty standard unboxing. Just get the charging cable there. Very simple. Again, this is just a budget-friendly laptop, so you're not going to get this really cool unboxing experience like you usually do with some laptops. I think the best unboxing laptop I ever did was like an Acer Predator laptop. But see here, you get the little cloth. I'm gonna open this thing up, and it looks like a standard laptop with a little bit of an edge to it, but very like undercover, like nothing too stand out-ish. I mean, you're not going to want a giant RGB laptop taking that places and doing pen testing, or even having that around, because it's going to scream, "Look at me," and that's not what you want. So having the hacking stickers on the laptop and all that other stuff, it just kind of draws attention to you. You're not going to want that. So, and I'm giving you guys an option too in this build. If you wanted to build a one really completely private, I would rip out the hard drive on this computer and just work off of bootable USBs, like something like Tails Linux, for example. Just something that you could do. I'm not going to do that in this build because I actually ended up stripping a screw, and I just said, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to do a normal cybersecurity build here. So if you want to, just unscrew everything in the back and rip out the hard drive, which I ended up quitting halfway through because, again, I stripped the screw. But don't do that. Make sure the screws are really easily strippable, so just remember that. So let's go ahead and just continue. I didn't take the hard drive out, just so you know, but I will be removing something else. So as you see here, it's very clean, nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm going to start by removing the border here. So this is going to give me access to the microphone and camera. Once you pry that open, try not to use sharp things like I use. You're supposed to use like little plastic things to pry it open, but I took my time, and if I really broke it, it's not a big deal because this is a budget-friendly laptop. But as you see here, I finally get to the microphone and camera, and with this one, actually has a nice little connector piece. So usually I just snip it and cut it off, but I didn't have to this time around. So if I ever wanted to put this back, I don't know why I would, but I can actually connect it back into the laptop. So just something that if you were going to buy the same model as me, just so that you can literally follow step by step and just do this. So you see a little connector piece. I end up removing it. So there you go. That's the microphone and camera for the laptop, and it's completely removed. So I don't need that anymore. And now that I don't have to worry about it getting hacked when I'm surfing the dark web or anything like that. Like now, it's one less thing vulnerability I got rid of. So one less point of failure. So there you go. I put the border back on. You can't notice it. So the next step is to get the operating system you want. For me, I'm getting Parrot OS, so I need a flash drive. There's a flash drive right there I'm going to be using. And I'm on the Parrot Security website. I'm going to be downloading the live image here and then putting it onto the flash drive. But first things first, I need to download it. So go ahead and click on the live, then click on security. That's the one I wanted, and then I hit download. You're going to want it to download, so take some time, get your other stuff organized. What I ended up doing while I was downloading is that I ended up just stripping the laptop from all those stupid looking stickers. So I want more of a plain look. So the next thing is we're going to be using Rufus. I'm going to be grabbing that image that ISO that I downloaded, and I'm going to be putting it onto the flash drive. So I just plug in the flash drive, it recognizes it. Click on the Parrot file there, and then you see it, everything showing up there. So important, because if you don't follow this step, it will probably break for you. So make sure you hit DD image mode. The problem is if you use the other one, it will sometimes give you a weird error when you try to boot onto the flash drive. I've noticed if you just do that option right there, it will work for you. And while that's setting up, go ahead and go into your BIOS on the laptop, which I believe it was just the escape key to get into the BIOS, and disable secure boot. So once that's done, save it and back out. You see here that this is done. The flash drive is done, it's ready to be used. And now you're going to boot into it. So go into your boot options once you plug it into your computer, and go ahead and select the USB. So you're gonna hit try and install. So right now everything's running off of this little flash drive here. So you're gonna be in a live environment. From there you'll be able to actually physically download the operating system onto the hard drive. So right here you see the really cool Parrot Security little glitchy logo when it first boots up. And then what you're going to do is click on this one right here, install, and just start the process. So go ahead and pick your region, time zone. Once you get to this point, I'm doing a full erase. I want this to wipe Windows. You have the option to do a partition it and have like a dual boot system. For me, don't want that. I want to completely get rid of Windows because it's like the plague. Once you do that, fully installs, reboot the device, and remove the flash drive, and you're ready to go. It's literally that simple. Now I have a laptop that doesn't have a microphone and camera, and has over 600 plus cybersecurity pen testing tools and all the online privacy tools that I use every day, like Onion Share and the Tor network. If you like this simple setup guide, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate all the support. It helps me fund these kind of projects. And if you have any questions or comments about what you would build, please, I would like to hear it. For me, I'm going to be doing some dark web experimentation, as well as some Wi-Fi pen testing and some digital forensics, some light digital forensic work. So remember, safety is an illusion, and I'll see you guys in the next video.